What's up, guys? We are back with MLB playoff action here on Wednesday, October 16th. Tuesday didn't go exactly according to plan, guys. Another very short slate of games. We did hit the Yankees minus 170. They came away with the win there, so good stuff in that one, but unfortunately we could not get there with our underplay in that game. A very, very short slate of games. Obviously, there on Tuesday, we saw Cleveland Yankees, the no-run first inning in that game. Unfortunately, we bricked that one on an error, so that's pretty rough stuff. Hit our prop there on Torres to get a hit in that game. Middle Tennessee minus 10 could not come through for us on that very short NCAA football slate. And Louisiana Tech still going on, but things are looking a bit bleak. So not what we were really hoping for there on Tuesday, guys. Let's see if we can find something of a bounce back. We've got a great video for you today going in depth on our one MLB playoff game, NLCS Game 3 between the Dodgers and the New York Mets. We'll give you our best lean on the side and the over-under and get into some player props as well. And we're going to take a quick look at the two NCAA football games on the slate. If you want to win all of your bets today, hit that like button. It's good luck and show support for the channel and all the hard work we're putting in here every single day. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our daily content. You can now also sign up for a channel membership by clicking the little join button right below the video. Members get exclusive early access to all NFL and college football videos and get their names up on screen just like right now. I really appreciate the support from all of you. Seeing that badge next to your comments absolutely warms my heart. Our videos are sponsored by StumpTheSpread.com. We have a team of experienced cappers over there for every major sport, currently covering MLB, NCAA football, UFC, NFL, NHL, and we have NBA right around the corner. This is one of the best times of the year to be in the mix with so many sports going on. Click the link in the description if you're interested in signing up and also to join our free email list to get the occasional free or premium pick straight to your inbox. Comment below with any bets you're looking at today and we'll give you our best advice on all of them. We are committed to responding to every single comment every day, so let us know anything you want to say about my picks, these videos, or anything you see here. As always, our favorite picks will be in the pinned comment down below. Now let's get into NLCS Game 3 between the Dodgers and Mets. In Game 2, guys, we saw the Mets come away with that 7-3 win, evening things up there at 1 game apiece behind a very, very good start there from Manaea. I mean, 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs. He struck out 7, but also walked 4, so didn't really feel like he maybe had his A-plus stuff, but the Mets banged out 10 hits there. Very, very good stuff. We saw Lindor hit a home run. We saw Vientos hit a home run. Like, this team absolutely swinging it there in Game 2, so they'll take it. Obviously, not a great situation there for the Dodgers bullpen. They got pretty torn up in that game, so yeah, definitely things shifting here towards the Mets a little bit there, evening things up and technically stealing home field advantage away there from the Dodgers. So coming into Game 3 here, guys, we'll see what we get. We've got an interesting pitching matchup. The Dodgers obviously can't be too stoked with what they got there in Game 2. Only scoring 2 runs and the bullpen getting torn up a little bit. I mean, Knack got shelled out there. So yeah, definitely some problems there for the Dodgers. They're going to be handing the ball in this game to Walker Buehler. So things don't immediately turn around here, guys. Buehler had not the greatest regular season, 1-6 on the year, a 5.38 ERA. His last start, guys, was at the Padres and it was a bloodbath. 5 innings, 7 hits. He allowed 6 earned runs, gave a home run in that game, walked 1 and struck out 0. So does not seem like somebody is going to have a great time against elite opposition, guys. He he had a good start back last month against the Rockies. That's the last time I've really seen him look amazing. He did all right in a start against the Padres back on the 26th, so I guess we got to give him a little bit of credit there, but this is not a starting pitcher that I'm very excited about here. I mean, going up against the Mets, they are not the easiest opponent to pitch against. He hasn't faced them yet this season, so we'll see how things go, but Buehler, not necessarily a pitcher that I'm super high on. He has had a problem giving up the long ball and just not a guy that gets a lot of strikeouts, not always a guy with the best command out there on the mound, so definitely a concerning point here for the Dodgers. I'm also a little bit worried about their bullpen situation, guys. They used up quite a bit out of their bullpen. I mean, how many total pitchers did they use in that game? They used 5 total guys out there. Several of them went more than 1 inning. We had 3 guys pitch 2 or more innings out there, so the bullpen certainly not going to be at 100%. Even with a day off in between games, guys, I don't think we're going to see everyone available. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It is the playoffs. Guys can step up. Guys can take some risks there with their arms that they wouldn't take normally, but we'll see how it goes. Overall, I am feeling pretty shaky here about the Dodgers pitching situation. It's not looking ideal. They are going to need the offense to step up in a big way, and that's not really what we saw there in Game 2. I mean, yeah, they had 5 hits, 3 runs, but yeah, Ohtani going hitless at the top of the order once again. Not a great look there. He did have a couple of walks, so he's getting on base at least. We saw Mookie Betts put up a hit in that game, so That's nice. 1 hit, 1 walk. Not terrible. Like, we're not seeing the top of the order get completely blanked, really, but it's the middle and the bottom of the order. I mean, Edman looked very good out there, don't get me wrong, but the bottom of the order, the middle of the order, like we saw Freddie Freeman go 0 for 5. Like, not a great look. These are guys that have to step up. They absolutely have to step up for this team to have a chance here in this series. This Mets team not messing around, so we'll see what we get from the Dodgers at the plate. I'm not saying it's a lock that they're going to have a great time, guys. It does not feel like a lock here. They're going up against the Mets, who have to feel pretty good about how they're looking, coming off of a very successful game 2. They're going to be hitting the ball in this one to Luis Severino, who's 11-7 on the year, a 3.91 ERA. His last start was at the Phillies. I'm not going to say he was lights out. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs in that game. It was a 7-6 loss there for the Mets. It's been a while since he's pitched, not since back on the 6th, so it's going to be 9-10 days since his last start. So plenty of rest. You have to hope that extra rest translates into just being fresh out there and not to being rusty or having, control issues, anything like that. We'll see what he can do. He has not faced the Dodgers yet this season, so a little bit tough to know what he's going to do out there. He has been pretty susceptible to the long ball over his last 5 starts. Guys, he's given up 6 home runs over those 5 starts, so I don't think we'll see the Mets willing to leave him out there too long if he starts to get in trouble, so definitely something to keep an eye on, but he's a guy that puts up decent strikeout numbers. There are plenty of guys there on the Dodgers that can strike out a good amount, so we'll see what Severino can do out there. I'm not in love with this spot for him, but I would definitely take him out there over Walker Buehler if you're giving me the option. Like, I definitely think Severino gives the Mets some sort of pitching advantage, at least in terms of the starter, but is it a massive advantage? That seems like a little bit of a stretch given how he's pitched coming into this game. So we'll see what he can do. We'll see what we get from the Mets bullpen. Obviously, they can't be too upset with what they saw from them there in game 2, guys. Absolutely lights out over their work there. I mean, yeah, we saw Manaea go 5 innings. The bullpen made it the rest of the way, and they didn't give up a single run. They gave up 3 hits. Not the worst stuff out there at all. So they got to feel pretty good about the bullpen. They didn't use up a ton of guys, only used up 3 guys. They each only went 1 1/3 inning. So I would say they are probably all available to pitch again in this game. So very good stuff. Definitely think the Mets have a significant advantage in terms of the pitching situation for this game. I have no doubt about that whatsoever, and they definitely come into this game swinging the hotter bats, guys. We saw Lindor, a home run in the game, 2 runs scored, 1 hit, good stuff there. He was walked once as well. We saw Vientos continue to hit the ball hard, looking very, very good. He had 4 RBIs in the game. The dude is a monster. Oh yeah, he had that grand slam. So yeah, crazy stuff there from him. The dude is, he's seeing the ball real well right now. Really, really well. Got to feel great about what you're seeing there. Nimmo not getting a hit, a little bit surprising there. We saw Pete Alonso get a hit. Like, this is a team that comes into this game swinging the bats pretty well. So got to feel pretty decent about how the Mets are looking in this game. I mean, generally speaking, this season they've been a pretty good offensive team. I know they didn't, get on the board there in game 1, but they really bounced back in game 2. So this is a team that is, on the right path right now. Things have to be feeling good for the Mets. Looking at the numbers for this game, guys, we got the Dodgers at -108. We've got the Mets at -108 as well. So the books obviously got to shop around a little bit, but this is effectively a coin flip game. We also have an over-under out there of 7.5. The Dodgers, they were a pretty good road team. 10 games over 500 on the road. Not as good on the road as they were at home. Obviously, that's to be expected. They were also a significant over team on the road. 43, 36, and 1 to the over when playing away from home. The Mets, on the other hand, they were a very good home team. 12 games above 500 playing at home this season. They were a slight over team at home as well. So definitely, I think it's worthwhile, especially given the way these pitchers have been, to take a look at over 7.5, or maybe over in the first 5 innings could be pretty reasonable, because I'm not scared of these bullpen. Like, both bullpens are pretty good out there, but neither starting pitcher really fills me with tons of optimism at this exact moment. But that over-under, not really something I'm super interested in. But like I said, guys, if you're looking at this over-under, definitely think going with the over is the play. In terms of a side for this game, guys, I cannot overlook the pitching advantage I think the Mets have in this game. Go ahead and give me the Mets here at -108. I know the Dodgers could bounce back here and, retake the lead in this series, take back home field advantage, but I don't think having Walker Buehler out there on the mound is a recipe for success. I haven't been in love with what I've seen from the Dodgers bullpen lately. The Mets are swinging the bats great right now, guys. Go ahead and give me the New York Mets here at -108. I think they find a way to get the win in this game, take a 2-1 series lead. A lot of hype building around the possibility of a Subway Series, guys. We could see the Mets and the Yankees in the World Series. I don't know how you personally feel about that. To me, it feels a little bit boring to have both teams be from the same city, But if you live in New York, you probably don't feel that way. So could be exciting stuff out there for sure. We'll see what happens, but I do like the Mets to win this game. In terms of some player props for this one, guys, first up, I know you guys love to look at those yes run first inning or no run first inning bets in this game, guys. I don't trust either starting pitcher. I'm siding towards yes run first inning in this one. It's even odds. Make of that what you will. I know you guys love these bets. I personally don't enjoy them too much, but it's a nice early gamble to get in there. So if you're looking to gamble on the first inning of this game, I think we'll see a run scored. In terms of some pitching props here, guys, I've actually got two for you in this game. I think Walker Buehler in this game under 3.5 strikeouts at plus 130. Very, very reasonable to me, guys. This dude has not looked great in the playoffs. Even in his good start against the Padres, guys, he totaled over his 2 playoff starts this season 1 strikeout over 10 playoff innings pitched there. They were all 10 against the Padres. I know it's a different team, but only 1 strikeout. And I would say the Padres are a better hitting team than the Mets. Maybe it's fairly close. I definitely don't think we're going to see him piling up a bunch of strikeouts. I don't even think we'll see him last that long in the game, possibly. So under 3.5 strikeouts at plus 130 seems like a great price to me. On the other side, guys, Luis Severino, he is more of a strikeout pitcher. To get hit, you can take him at over 4.5 strikeouts at minus 140 here. He's had 15 strikeouts over his last 16 innings pitched. I think there's a chance he get to 5 or 6 innings pitched in this game. Probably unlikely to get to 6, but we've seen plenty of Dodgers hitters out there putting up some strikeouts. So to see him get to 5 strikeouts is not that crazy. Do I like this one as much as I like the Walker Buehler prop? Probably not, but I do think there's some value here on Severino over 4.5 strikeouts. Next up, guys, I like Mookie Betts here to hit a home run. The dude is a little bit due, not super due, but Severino has definitely been prone to giving up home runs. He's given up 6 home runs over his last 5 starts. Mookie Betts is at plus 500 to hit a home run here. We've seen plenty of home runs hit against Severino, like I was saying. So Mookie Betts to get a hold of one makes a ton of sense to me in this spot. And on the same kind of, the same side of the coin here, I think Ohtani could have a very good night in this one. A little bit of a bounce back, taking him over 1.5 total bases at minus 105 makes a good amount of sense to me. You could also just go ahead and take him to hit a home run or whatever. I think there's a decent chance we could see Severino serving up some meatballs out there. I also think there's a chance he has a good start, so we'll see what happens. But I think Ohtani to get over 1.5 total bases or to hit a home run has some value in this game. And speaking of spots that I think have some value, I think Freddie Freeman is in for a bounce back after going 0 for 5. The dude's a veteran. I don't think we're going to see him just fold up and wilt here, even in a high pressure situation. Taking Freddie Freeman to get a hit here at minus 220 makes tons of sense to me. I think we see him easily make that happen. On the Mets side here, guys, I like Lindor to hit another home run here. Hitting a home run in this one, he's plus 360. Buehler's given up 4 home runs over his last 5 starts. I think Lindor's in an excellent spot. He's going to get plenty of at-bats. Obviously, they're at the top of the order. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. The odds of him hitting a home run or over 1.5 total bases or getting a hit, any of those plays seem very reasonable to me. I also like Vientos here at over 1.5 total bases at plus 140. The dude is absolutely killing it, coming off of a huge game 2. Loving what we're seeing from him. He's swinging the bat great. He's in a very good matchup against a pretty mediocre pitcher and maybe a Dodgers bullpen that won't be quite at full strength. So give me Vientos here at over 1.5 total bases. It seems like a very good spot to me at an excellent price. And last but not least, guys, I like Brandon Nimmo here to come up with a hit in this game. He's coming off an 0 for 4 night in game 2, minus 200. Obviously not an incredible price, but I think we see him get on the board with a hit in this game against a pretty mediocre pitching situation there for the Dodgers. That's all we've got here for the Dodgers-Mets game 3, guys. We're going to go ahead and switch it up now and take a look at some college football. Hey, guys, jumping in here with a quick ad break. First of all, this is a great time to sign up at stumpthespread.com. Signing up for a premium membership gets you access to our entire team of cappers covering MLB, NCAA football, UFC, and the NFL. If you just want to test out the service, a great way to do that is by joining our free email list, which will get you the occasional free or premium pick straight to your inbox. Just go ahead and click that link in the description. It'll take you right over to stumpthespread.com. Also, guys, just to clarify some of the questions we've been getting in the emails and in the comments, I am not the MLB capper for stumpthespread.com. These YouTube picks are obviously free to everyone and are just what I am seeing out there. We have an expert with nearly 15 years of experience that covers MLB and has a very strong algorithm and some very cool tools that he uses to bring our premium members the best picks possible. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're new. Now back to the games. First on the docket, guys, we are looking at the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers going on the road to take on the Sam Houston Bearcats. Western Kentucky comes into this game. They're currently, they're kind of tied for first there in the Conference USA. They're one of the 4 undefeated teams out there in conference play. They come into this game fresh off of a blowout win there over UTEP. So yeah, a pretty easy win there, no doubt about it. A 44-17 W there for the Hilltoppers. They've looked pretty good this season, generally speaking. Obviously, in that blowout over UTEP, a very bad team. They're 0-6 on the season. We saw good stuff there in terms of quarterback play, 264 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, only a single interception. The running game looked very good. I'm not going to say it looked absolutely dominant, but I mean 218 yards rushing and 2 rushing touchdowns on 42 carries. We saw very good stuff there from the feature backs. So yeah, generally, guys, not a bad night at all there for the running game. And yeah, we saw Messer look good there in the in terms of the receiver core, guys. 6 receptions, 106 yards. Didn't find his way into the end zone, but generally a very good game for him. Only the single turnover there by Western Kentucky, so good stuff in terms of taking care of the ball. Obviously, that is of vital importance, guys. If you want to win games convincingly, you are going to have to take care of the ball. And if you want to win games, period, you can suffer some really big upsets. You get to that 2-3 turnover range, things can absolutely turn around on you. So good job there by the Hilltoppers taking care of the ball. And on defense, they looked excellent against the pass. Not that UTEP has much of a passing game, but the Hilltoppers did a very good job of holding that down, generated an interception. Only 1 turnover for them in the game, though, so maybe not a dominant performance. And they did give up 119 yards on 27 carries there to Azel Jolly. So yeah, not great against the run there. Definitely something we're going to have to be a little bit concerned about in this matchup, but we'll see what happens. Overall, the Western Kentucky defense, I'm not going to say it's one of the best defenses in the nation necessarily, but they haven't been terrible. They only allowed 21 points at Boston College there. Some pretty good performances overall, but they haven't played the roughest schedule. Obviously, week 1 going to Alabama, pretty rough. Not really a game that you're designed to be competitive in as Western Kentucky, but still, guys, I think we have to be relatively happy with this defense. Probably not thrilled, though. We'll see what they look like on defense here going up against Sam Houston, who comes into this game. Guys, they are also 2-0 there in Conference USA play. They're actually on a little winning streak, winning 4 in a row. Not really against the toughest competition. They did just win against UTEP as well, a 41-21 blowout there. The week before that, they won by only a single point against Texas State, so it's a little bit of a concern, but generally speaking, we don't hate what we're seeing from the Sam Houston Bearcats. Yeah, last week, guys, in that win against UTEP, obviously, a game that was really never too much in doubt. We saw good stuff from Hunter Watson, 224 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He completed 19 of 29 passes. We also saw the running game look stellar in that game, guys. DJ McKinney, 14 carries, 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. We saw Jay Ducker also look very good. 9 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown for him as well. We did see Hunter Watson turn the ball over once, 1 lost fumble there, so not great there, but other than that, not too bad. That was the only turnover there by Sam Houston the entire game. So another team doing a really good job of taking care of the ball. That is a big deal. And guys, on defense, Sam Houston looked pretty good. They severely limited the passing game there. They did a much better job against the run, which is definitely noticeable, guys. They only gave up 76 yards on 17 carries to Azel Jolly. So good stuff there from Sam Houston. I like what I'm seeing from their defense. They also generated a total of 3 turnovers in the game. So very good signs there for Sam Houston. Like what I'm seeing from them overall. The defense, guys, it's had its moments this season. I mean, they've had nice games holding teams in the teens or below, but they've also had some questionable ones, like giving up 39 points there against Texas State. So we'll see what we get from them in this one. I think they're a decent defensive team overall. Looking at the numbers for this game, guys, Sam Houston, they're favorites at home, but not big favorites, only -2.5. We've got an over-under out there of 55.5. Guys, Western Kentucky and Sam Houston, both amazing against the spread, guys. Each one of these teams is 5-1 against the spread this season, so some people have been making some money on these. Also, guys, both teams are 3-3 to the over-under. Guys, in this game, I'm siding with Sam Houston State at home. The Bearcats have been consistently elite on offense, and while they did just give up 21 points at UTEP, I was very impressed with their come-from-behind win over Texas State. Sam Houston is 8-1 against the spread in their last 9 games against non-ranked opponents. I think we see them put up another against the spread win in this one. Definitely give me Sam Houston here at under a field goal. In terms of the over-under in this game, guys, I'm leaning a bit towards the under. Each of Sam Houston's last 3 games at Bowers Stadium have gone under, And Western Kentucky is a big under team in October when playing on the road. So generally speaking, I side a little bit towards the under. 55.5 is a lot of points. These teams have shown the ability to give up plenty of points and create plenty of points, but that just seems like a very big number between two teams that I actually think are relatively decent. So yeah, go ahead and give me the under. I don't think we're going to see any runaway, like crazy offense in this game. I'm not saying it's impossible though. Definitely don't like this over-under play enough to put it in the pinned comment, even on the short slate. But the Sam Houston Bearcats at -2.5, definitely making its way into that pinned comment. Next up, guys, and last but not least, we got the Florida International Panthers going on the road here to take on lowly UTEP. Florida International and UTEP, not necessarily two household names and not really teams that have been having a great time this season. Florida International only 2-4 on the year. They do have a win over Louisiana Tech, so not bad there. And last week, guys, they played a very competitive game against Liberty, the team that's currently sitting atop the Conference USA standings with a 3-0 record in conference play and a 5-0 record overall. So that is honestly not a bad loss there for Florida International. Kind of impressive to see them keep that game so close. Is this a team that we love out there? Well, guys, I mean, they've done some positive stuff last week, guys. I mean, that was an overtime game that they lost. They did some very good things in the passing game. They didn't pass for a touchdown, picked off once, but 245 passing yards there for Keon Jenkins. Not terrible. The running game did some good things too. I mean, Owens looked decent. 15 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown. We did see a couple of turnovers there from FIU. That's what really sank the boat for them. They would have had a chance to win this game if they could have just done a better job of holding onto the ball. They were also not very good against the run, guys. Liberty really was just going to run the ball every single time, it felt like. 50 rushes, 281 yards, and 4 touchdowns there for Liberty. They did fumble it away once, so FIU was able to generate 1 turnover, but it is a little bit concerning to see FIU struggle against the run when they're about to go up here against UTEP, a team that has a pretty decent running back there to, kind of make things a little bit tough there in the running game for their opponents. So we'll see what FIU can do there to stop the run. Wasn't thrilled with what we saw from them on defense last week, but keeping that game close against Liberty, definitely impressive stuff. Generally speaking, how do we feel about the FIU defense? Well, they're tied for 95th in the nation with 28.5 points per game scored against them. Against Louisiana Tech, they did only give up 10 points, so that's pretty impressive stuff, but they've had some other games that were not nearly as impressive. I mean, week 1 against IU, like a real power conference opponent there, they only gave up 31 points, so it seems like they take some pride on that side of the ball. So we'll see what we get from Florida International in this game as they take on UTEP, a team that's 0-6 on the season, still looking for their first win of the year, and honestly still kind of looking for their first game keeping it close. I mean, SUU, they kept it close against them, but I'm not exactly going to freak out about that, guys. The Miners have not had a very good season. Last week against Western Kentucky, things did not turn around or get anywhere close to turning around. They lost 44-17. They could not stop the pass, couldn't get anything going in the passing game themselves. I mean, Skylar Locklear looked good, 11 of 17 for 82 yards, I guess, but yeah, we saw UTEP turn the ball over once via the interception. I mean, Azel Jolly is really the only bright spot for this team. He had 27 carries, 119 yards in the game. So very good stuff there, but man, they really need to just buckle down and focus on the run, I guess. Although it's really tough to convince your team to run the ball a million times when you were losing 27-7 at halftime. So yeah, not a lot of positives here for UTEP. The defense is looking atrocious. They can't stop the run or the pass. They are not generating a ton of turnovers. Either they generated 1 turnover there against Western Kentucky, so I guess that's something, but UTEP, guys, they are pretty much getting blown out every game. A 41-21 loss there against Sam Houston. That can't feel great. Against Colorado State, they did keep it within 10 points, so that's nice, but they lost by 18 at Liberty. This is just not a team that's looked very good, and they haven't really looked that great on the road either, so major concerns here for UTEP. And looking at the numbers for this game, we see Florida International 2-4 on the season. UTEP 0-6 on the season. They're getting 7 points here playing at home. We got an over/under of 48.5. Florida International, they are 4-2 against the spread this season. 3-3 over/under. UTEP, guys, they are 1-5 against the spread this year and 4-2 to the under. Yeah, not going to really complicate things here, guys. We are taking Florida International on the road in this game. The Panthers losing by 7 points at Liberty last week. Not a bad look. Liberty is probably the best team in the Conference USA. UTEP is 0-8 straight up over their last 8 games against non-ranked opponents, and they are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games against non-ranked opponents. So yeah, I don't like anything I'm seeing from UTEP. The only concern is that FIU might not be able to stop UTEP from running the ball, but I still think Florida International manages to win this game by more than a touchdown. In terms of the over under here. I'm leaning a bit towards the under in this game, but not necessarily a spot I love. I think UTEP is going to struggle to score, but they could move the ball a little bit via the running game. The Panthers are going to put up some amount of offense. It's hard to know if they'll score enough to put that under in jeopardy, but with both teams wanting at least somewhat to run the ball here, I think we could see the game be a little bit shortened, and getting to 48.5 points might not be so easy. Unfortunately, guys, that's all the games we have for today. NBA season will be starting up in exactly 1 week from Tuesday, so 6 days from when you see this video, we will be covering all the NBA games, so there will be no more short nights like this. That's all the games we have for today. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. Thanks for watching. You can click the link in the description to check out stumpthespread.com, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for more sports betting action.